Okay,
When
so, what, go ahead.
When it's adding, you subtract, like whatever is shown. So if you're subtracting, you add whatever is shown.
So we're using what?
We're using like reverse.
Reverse, there's another word, we could say reverse, we could say, instead of the reverse operation, you could say the
Switch.
switch, there's another word for that. If you switch something, it's the,
Opposite.
very good, opposite, we're using the opposite. I like that you started with reverse, we're gonna learn a word in a little bit that sounds like reverse that we call this, okay? But I don't wanna get you guys caught up in vocabulary. So if I start this now, Grimaldi, when I did this with x plus 19, what was in my first bubble? What would I start with? Okay, so here, if I'm doing it for y minus 73, what's going to go in my bubble? Okay, so I have y. What happens to my y? Jaquan, can you write a name select? Jamil, what happens to my y? With x, I added 19 on the left side, right? With y, what's the next step that's happening? Subtract what? Minus 73. And what does that give me? What's the whole expression? Because then we had x plus 19. What's the expression here? What does that give me? If I do y minus 73, what does that look like? The next bubble? I didn't hear the last one. That's it? I agree. What's the next piece that I need to write down? What's the next piece that I need to write down? Laurel, get involved. So, Jamil says y minus 73 is y minus 73. What's the next piece that I need to write down? What's the next piece that I need to write down? Don't listen to him. Because here I did x plus 19, and then what did I put next?
35.
Okay, why did I put 35?
Because it equals 35.
So then what am I going to put here?
100.
Just 100?
And minus.
What do you know? Y minus 73, what's the relationship between that and 100? What did we put there in between x plus 19 and 35? See it in red? Equal. Okay. So now what's the next thing? I need to go backwards. Can you write a name select, please? Christina, I have y minus 73 equals 100. What do I do next? Why am I taking away 73?
Because that's when you did take away 19.
Interesting. So, John, can you get involved? Because I want to know how you feel about this. Christina says I need to subtract 73 from 100. No, why no?
Because if you subtract, it's just like the y being 100 and it isn't 100. So you don't subtract because
What did you say earlier? You said something cool earlier.
I will add.
Why would you add?
Because each time it's like you don't know the number that it uses to get what it equals. You have to like do the opposite of what it's telling you to do.
Oh, we're doing the opposite. Because what do you notice in this flow chart, Christina? Which way are we going? We're going backwards. So if we did this, then we should do the, which would be? So I need to add 73? Okay, and what's that going to give me? 100 plus 73. Think about what our answer was. What did we say y equals? Again, Christina's responding. There's no need for anyone to call it out. You can raise your hand if you think you know, and then she can call you for help if you want. Okay, Grimaldi, you've been chosen. 170. What has to go between y and 173, Miss Molly? What has to go between them? What do you know about the two? Huh? Very good, they're equal. Do you guys feel like you understand what you're doing here?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Does anyone have questions or confusion? Does anyone have confusion? Okay. We're gonna continue because we're a little bit behind schedule.
Off track.
Not off track, just a little behind. All right, I think we can do this. So we're gonna do,
You just do three.
Not pencil.
so because of all the calling out, I'm just gonna wait a minute until we kind of collect ourselves, because I can't do this anymore. I hear students telling me what they can do, what they can't do, telling me how I should be doing things and what they should be doing. But I think that I'm the one that dictates what happens in this class, and I think we've decided what the rules are, and we're not following them. So if you want to get started on one while we wait, that's cool, but I'm just gonna wait here until there's complete silence. If you didn't get the last example down, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that some of you might not have been copying. Go ahead and take this moment to make sure you have it down, because you're gonna need it for tonight's homework. You're gonna need it for the practice. So if it's on the board, it should be in your notebook, the whole exact thing, the whole entire thing. You can see it?
Have to do 1 and 2.
No, because you've called out way too many times. You can wait.
Okay, what else?
Any questions?
So when you do the same thing as the last one,
On this first question,
and then like each fraction.
do you think it makes a difference? It doesn't. So use the same, try the flow chart.
I'll handle this one.
Be careful, what's the operation that's going on between 10 and each? Okay, and what did you put? So I really like that Emmanuel's writing down the original question because he's gonna know to refer to it when he does the homework. So, good. Good, but can you show me the flow chart? Because that was easy, right? Can you show me the flow chart so that when it gets harder, you understand? Yeah, you do. So what do we always, wait, you don't have to read it, it's fine. But, so what do we start with? What do we start with here? And then what happens to x? How do we change the x?
Oh, no.
Can you give me that
Like
See how
does math
like
continue?
phenomenal you can be?
Oh, no, not today.
Bless you.
On just one page.
You should be on
So when
that
does
trip.
it
You
I'm
can't-
learning to work.
Yesterday was on
You're not the
double
only
period.
one. And then number two.
Tomorrow double period.
When is class?
For now,
Right now, okay.
at 12, yes.
So,
Oh, that was the question I was
Yeah.
do you
saying.
want to use the filter? Can you erase this?
I don't, I don't.
What's the operation?
You know what?
But I wanna see, I wanna see how you do
So what are you gonna do?
the opposite of.
You don't don't have to know before, that's the whole point, you're not supposed to know. So you start with what letter, or what thing? Okay, what's happening right here, start with the operation. And you should use the flow chart.
No, that wasn't the explanation, it was next to it.
Which gives you x equals what?
It's next to it.
So we are using that's easy. They're the same denominator.
Times, right?
Why are you so?
Alright, can we start with, what letter, what do we start with?
So here, this one is plus.
The first thing we start with is, okay, so write down the bubble on it. And then how does it change? What happens to the
So you
x?
just guess that.
I'm done.
You just said how much times 10 goes.
I still got right anyways.
Yeah, but look, that means you said how much times 10 goes to 15?
Okay,
Five
and
times?
then you're gonna put a little
It's
arrow
still
to the right.
division, lazy, so you still have to write it out.
I don't care, I still
What
win
is that
though.
are you doing here?
I don't know, you have a different way of doing it. Stop. I can
Look back. When we added 19 here, what does that look
where's
like?
my phone, Rodney? Sorry.
Call my mom.
That means you can do your homework today. You need to look at your notes, you need to improve nothing. What's the operation between 10 and 8?
Understand what we need to eat so I can get to bed so they can or I'll probably
Good, put the bubble around the whole thing. Now what does that equal? X plus 3/5 equals what? According to your original equation. Remember what we did, each step. So you're here right now, Laurel. What's the next thing? So you've lost. You just lost the privilege because the way you've been behaving. I don't have any more space. I'm gonna react like this and that's gonna happen. That's fine, so you just put a little really small. Which finger is there?
well, my favorite thing is that none of us
How would you start with that? What are you gonna start with?
get
Here, what
along
did you start
too
with?
well. Everybody's kind.
Okay, and what happened to the?
Like my DA time.
Okay. There you go, now you see it? Okay, we're gonna work on the journey in. So fast. Emmanuel, you got an answer for number 2? What is H equal?
I think I'll let you get that.
I already found out what age.
Good. Good. Close your notebook.
What?
Close your notebook.
I'm about to do number 3.
Yeah, if you wanna repeat the 6th grade?
Right?
Exactly. Good, 4/5. Now, be careful because you're going backwards. What do you do to go backwards? Here, what did you do to go forward?
She was like,
Here,
I was loud. She was like, you remember
add how much?
I was like,
So to go backwards, remember John, he mentioned you do the opposite,
gave him my mom.
which is 2.
So we're adding.
How much?
And I was like, 8. I was like,
No, same thing, subtract from how much?
5 plus 4 is 8.
Okay, that's an easy one, right? 4/5 minus 3/5, how much is left over?
Then I put
No, 4.
Go ahead, write it down.
oh.
Do you wanna write it down? Prismaldi and Mari, you can light up. Rodney, once your desk is clear, you can light up.